Hi, this is the first video for the meditation matrix book study. Okay, so in this video, this series of video will cover the points which is within the books to make it more clear, or to cover something else in additions so that one can appreciate what is written there, or become more clear on what is actually present in the book. And so this is with the goal so that after you go through the video lessons, whatever, 1, 2, 3 and so forth, you can get the best, the most out of the book. And the book is written so that it become a reference. It's not just something you read and then you throw away. No, it is written so that it become a reference that you can use it. Okay, so let's start. Okay, now today we're going to talk about tools, meditation tools. Why do we need meditation tools? Okay, now, so before we get into the meditation tools, I want to lead you into why do you need these meditation tools. So the first thing, it's just last week, I have a cousin. Actually, he's an MD neurologist. Okay, and so he is a scholar to United States. Okay, he's from Asia. So we were having a lunch, and we are talking about AI and neurologists, whole bunch of stuff. And so I was jokingly asked him, I said, do you know what is the advantage of an AI robots versus human? And he looked at me, and after a while, since he didn't say anything, and I tell him this, I say, you know what? The clock speed of the AI computer, the clock speed, okay, of the AI microprocessor, it doesn't matter it is morning 6 o'clock or at midnight 12 o'clock, the clock speed is always the same. The sensor is always the same. But look at human. You wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. By 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, how is your clock speed? How is your ability to perform your job? So, if you just look at the clock speed, that is what do you call it? Unfair competition there, right? You have a machine which is can keep the throughput, the output of the job if they need to do a job consistently, okay, 24 hours. But you got a human here, which is the working effectiveness or efficiency going down with time, depend on the time of the day. So by that, human is at a disadvantage. If you want to compete how to synthesize stuff, like this add this become this, that, those kind of stuff, or carrying stuff, you get problem. The AI for sure is gonna beat human. Okay, so I tell my cousin that. Okay, I said, next time if you run into this kind of situation when they compare human, okay, and AI, just tell your friend that your cousin said this. Okay, this is a reality, and this is a serious one, because it's going to take our job away. A lot of job is going to replaced by the AI. So, one thing, we know the soul of the AI, artificial intelligence, is what? Is machine learning. Okay, you have different type of machine learning. So in AI, you gather data, you model the data, you're doing a learning, okay, and then the AI be able to do the pattern recognitions, classifications, and prediction or predictive works. There's the robots, okay, the AI. Now, so that is what you need to compete with. So you look into human. What does human, the characteristics or the functions of human have, which be able to compensate for that? And obviously, as we talked just now, the clock speed of the computer is remain constant the entire day, but human get tired, and human cannot do things this fast. So you ask the questions. So human, what do you have to compete? You know your computer is not as good as the AI robots in running the consistent 24 hours clock speed. You know that already. You know you could not do faster than that because you get tired. Okay? So there's one thing about AI and this era. Okay, in this era we're living in. Life is tough. Okay, moving forward, if we do not know how to handle this. This is a real issue. Okay? That's why with this very close cousin, since he's a neurologist and he's a scholar to the US, I discuss a lot of things like that. This is important. Okay. Now the second thing is this. In today's world, there are 3 markets for human beings. Human looking into these 3 markets, especially people after, say, 25-year-old when they start to get the job, down to the time they pass away, leave this world. There are 3 markets or 3 needs. The reason I use the term market is let's make it more realistic instead of something which is in some world which is non-exist in our world, because we do have to face reality. So I call it market. The market is due to, number one, we have stress and tension in work, even going to school, okay, to do work and so forth, which is daily. We have to deal with it, stress. The second is we need to deal with our health, right? We are aging, well, health. The third thing is, at some point, for many people will say, no, we human is more than machine. So there's a so-called spiritual part of human. So that we are not machine, we are not AI. Okay, we are special because we have this thing called compassionate. Those are in the spiritual part. Okay, now. So you have the stress, the tension, or I want more EQ. I want to get more EQ, develop more EQ. Okay, emotion intelligence, or no, I want to have a more healthier body. And I want to be more spiritual. Okay, so this is the 3 markets. It's a huge market in the human world because we need it, right? Now, if you look at that, in certain part, the offer is, well, if you want to de-stress, you want to have less stress, less tensions, handle stress, you want to have more EQ, or have mindfulness, then you know what, meditate, go meditate, or practice qigong. Okay, qigong, the Chinese qigong. And then Or then you want a healthier body, you meditate, you practice Qigong. And then if you want to have spiritual, then you meditate. Okay? You can see all these meditation solutions all around the world. It's like a one size fit all. Does it work? Does it work? Well, the market is there, huge market, okay? But does it work? Well, if you look at the mainstream science, some work, some don't. And a lot of things, most is in gray area, okay? Now, with this AI technology now, okay, stress and tension, okay, remember the first market, stress and tension, can actually be pretty objectively measured or predicted or indicate. The term maybe better is indicate or measure. So we can know the level of the stress, relative level. But it is real. It is real. Okay, it is solid, objective stuff. For example, one of such type of stress measurement is what? Is the HRV, the heart rate variability. The heart rate variability. This has been used in the training of the sports athlete, professional training of that. Okay, so to see that what's the stress level, what you need, is okay to go continuous stress or not. So you have those stuff, and today it already get into the daily life for human. Okay, for example, in the watch, okay, you see this stress measurement. This is a level 29, and it's getting so low. This is about your stress. So it is in my this activity band here. Okay, so everybody can get it. Okay, now if it is more stress, then it will proceed you into the relaxed timer, where you like a usual one size fit all meditation, where you pay attention to your breathing, you control your breathing, and so forth. Okay, so that's one type which is already exists in the world. And then there are different stuff, like for example here, right, this is the heart rate, and then okay, this is the heart rate, and then this is the stress level. Okay, so for example, this is a heart rate of 85, stress level 72, 82, 69, okay, 78, 59. So this is the stress level. Now, so all this can be measured. Okay, then it is pretty solid. It is a science. Okay, now if you have something like this, like when you do exercise and so forth for training, you get something called machine learning here to learn about you, and this is start the artificial intelligence of getting in. Okay, it's all using your data. Okay, so this thing already is going toward that artificial intelligence, but this is still in a very primitive way. And as for this one, it's going to develop into the machine learning and so forth, as I just share with you that machine learning or AI, you just collect the data, and then you do the model, and then you'll be able to do classifications, pattern recognitions, and then you'll be able to predict things. Okay, now So that's going to go inside this variable and so forth. Okay. Now, so you can see that in one side, AI is going to take away your job. Whatever they can do better, it is like competitor. It's going to take away your job. And on the other way, the AI is going to help human to be a much more efficient and effective human. Because now, you see the stress, the AI, will get to the point, be able to tell, hey, you're stressed out now. Sit down, do this, do this, do this. Okay? And get the best out of human. So this AI, it is a tools, nothing good or bad, but we need to make use of it. Now, I wrote this book. Why? Because I want to merge the ancient technology and the modern technology together. Okay, so what is ancient technology? Since ancient time, for thousands of years, there are many millions or even billions of people who know their body, know this human body, know the mind body very well. Okay, and then we can see the common denominator. That's why in this book, it is the common denominator. Okay, so it's like you talk about, the gravity, physics gravity, common denominator. Human will do that because we're human. And another thing is that there is a modern science in today's development. Okay, for to be particular, the model, the process modeling, So what I mean by process modeling, for example, you're going to create, build this pen. Okay, you're going to mass produce this pen, and you want to produce 1 million of it. You need to have a model of productions and the process steps. Then you can create a millions of it. Well, there might be some defect, but really low defect. But you know the mechanism, what button to push, what to do, so that you can know the defect, and then you can improve the defect, and you can even break through. Okay, so for mass production, to get result, to be effective, efficient, to use the resources and so forth, you need this model and process steps. Now, we have the ancient technology, the big data, I call it. Okay, because there's a lot of data there in the ancient, and where people practice thousands of years. Now we want to fuse it, merge it, using what? The modern process modeling. So we can accurately know what thing will contribute to what. Okay. So we can make use of the ancient technologies, which is a valid one, because we humans live thousands of years. Okay, but it cannot be like, for example, right? Oh, you're stressed, so just pay attention to your breathing. Well, is that valid? There's a big question mark there. Why? Because if we don't have this model and the process of human, we're going to get into this one size fit all stuff, and it's not going to work. Okay, so that's why, come to the question of the beginning, we need a tools to learn about ourselves, human, learn about humans. Okay, learn about human. So the first chapter in this book, after my research and everything, there are 3 tools needed in order for us to be able to clearly and accurately know human to a large degree. Okay, so we know human to a large degree, and because we know human, we know how to handle ourselves, how to improve ourselves, how to screen ourselves, how to know ourselves, how to improve ourselves. On the other hand, we can train the AI to help us more. Okay, so that is needed. You cannot say, oh, you want to learn meditation, let's learn my grandmaster way, or such and such guru's way, or the Buddha's way, counting breathing. Well, is that true? It's not that case, because humans are different. For example, we talk about stress and tense. Okay, there is at least 3 components in that stress and tense. Number 1 is your DNA. Your DNA. You're born with it. For example, I'm a diabetic type 1. People with diabetic type 1, you can see, you can hear all the mood swing and all whole bunch of stuff. That is the part. The second, that is the living habit. I was conditioned by my family, my living environment. The third thing is the external trigger. Now, so how to deal with these 3 components? Okay, explicitly, yeah, I'm in stress, but you have to know that there's 3 components, and if you want to solve this issue, then you need to know the human, you need to know these 3 components, and you need to know which button in your body you need to push, or which knob you need to turn. You cannot just say, oh no, just go counting your breathing. For example, like me, right? Even though I practice meditation, if my blood sugar going low, and I start to have a different kinds of mode change or anything, will practice meditation help me? It can get me to more calm down, but I still need the glucose to go up. Meaning I need to take a glucose pill, more sugar, carbohydrates, so I can have my blood glucose balance back, get into the normal zone. And of course, if I have the training of the meditations, I know how to handle my body better. I can handle this body better than what if I don't know. Okay. So one needs this, and of course, if I was born in or raised in a family which is really emotional, and when I meet the external trigger, I can jump right away. But if you do meditations, you know that you can compensate for the habit or dissolve the habit, and that's require different type of stuff. Okay. So that's why you need the model. We need to know who we are and how to handle this. This is an engineering. This is like a medicine. You don't give medicine just say, this is a painkiller. It can cure everything. There's no such thing in a real effective world. Okay, and up to now, if you look at the meditations, it's been running into there is just one size fit all, and you can do this. But I can reveal to you one thing. Even at the time of the Buddha do not teach his student the same type of meditations. In fact, the Buddha teaches student, even the same student, many types of meditation techniques. This is because it is not one meditation practice will satisfy all cases. Okay. However, on all these techniques, one need to know this human. Like if you need, here is San Jose, you want to go to San Francisco, you need to have a map to know where are you. And then you need to know the vehicles, you need to know the gas in your car, and you need to know the weather. and you need to know the vehicle you are in. Are you driving a car or you pedal a bicycle? This thing you need to know. That's why the first chapter I brought out these 3 tools. So the first tools is what I call the calmness and awareness map. The calmness and awareness map. Okay? So just now we're talking about the soul of the AI is what? Machine learning. So what is the core, the soul of human ability? Well, that is the calmness and awareness functions of human. So you have your calmness, and then your awareness. Okay? Now, every human have that. Every human have that. And in meditations or qigong or whatever develop of the human beings, it has to map here. Okay? It has to be able to map here. Otherwise, we don't know where we are. So just to give you an experience, okay, not thinking, okay, because thinking is different stuff which I'll explain later, it's in the book, okay. I want to give you experience. First is an analogy. This is like if you imagine there is the pool, a water pond, or water pool. The calmness the water, the better it can reflect what is in the sky. Like if it's really calm, it will become like a mirror. Human is the same. If you settle down and calm, your body function works better. Okay? And whenever I mean calm, I don't mean that just your mind is calm. I mean the entire body. Okay? It is about body and mind. It is not just, oh, my mind calmed down. No. Or I think my mind calmed down. I believe my mind calmed down. No. It is the entire body. Okay? When you are calmed down, more calm, the functions like that. When you're more calm here, you become more aware of your body, mind, and so forth, and environment. Okay? And then if you have this calmness, you have a less. You have the more calmness, you can this. And this need to be developed. So the guy who is smart, they are calm people. They are really calm. So sometimes we need to be really admit it. The smart guy in our school or the smart CEO, they really calm. They settle. They listen to something right away because due to their awareness is higher. They be able to sense something, to think which is better than us. Say we are in the lower calmness. So that's the first is calmness map. Okay, calm and awareness map. We need to do this so that we know where we are and we can improve it. Okay? It's like your GPS. You want to go somewhere, you need to know where are you and where you're going. The second is the 4-layer models. Okay, the 4-layer model, you have the physical, you have the mind, you have the breathing, and you have this is an energy neuron. That's 4 layers. So, the calmness, okay, you have this calmness and then the awareness map. This calmness we're talking about is actually talking about the 4 layer, which is meaning the calmness including the physical, including the mind, including the breathing, including the energy neuron. Okay? It's not just mind. A lot of people thinking, oh, if I practice meditation, I just using my mind. It's like mind can control over matter. Forget about it. Okay? It's not that. The ancient don't say that. The Buddha don't say that. Okay? And so it is have all these things, the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the neural, the energy neural, which is the Chinese call it qi, but I don't want to use the qi term, and the Indian call it prana, and I don't want to use that term. I want to be specific. And in fact, in the reality, qi could mean blood circulations, your energy storage in your body. Like, if you look at that, you're like the lithium-ion battery, how much the charge, and then your neural systems in your body. Okay. So calm, meaning calm of this. When you have calm of this, then you have awareness of this too. The physical, the mind, the breathing, the energy, neural. Okay, so meditation is not just mind, okay? Yeah, mind over body, or the qigong is for the qi. Forget about it. This entire thing has to go. Okay? And there's the second. So the second is this the 4 layers model. Okay? So as in the book, the first is the calmness and awareness map. That is where we need to know where we are. The second is the 4 layer models. This means that we need to know, what are we? Human. Okay, if you break it down, okay, and superimpose them together, this consists of me. Hendrik consists of the physical body, the mind, the breathing, the energy neural systems. Okay. The third tools, okay, the third tools, okay, tool. The third one is the mind layer model. The mind layer model. Okay. And in the mind layer model, you have the thinking function, the imagination function, the attention function, and awareness functions. That is very important because it is like your CPU. You need to know what type of instruction you're going to ask the CPU to execute. Okay? Most of us, thinking that the world is only within thinking, or the world is within imaginations. Well, it's not true. So that's why we need to know these 4 functions. Only if we know these 4 functions, we can handle these 4 layer models. We can handle which one of it. Say this is your command. You know how to handle this, and then you know how to using which function. And then only with that, you can do adjustment in this map, or improvement in this map. Okay, so that is human. That is human. We need to know us. We need to know what are us. What are us? Okay. Only we know ourselves, we know how to work with this thing. And the techniques of meditations, how does it fit to improve our calmness and the awareness map. And thus I can show you things here, like in the book. You see this? This is how it mapped into it. This is calmness and this is awareness. So this is in the relaxed state. You have a lower calmness and awareness. Now you want to have a better handling of your mind body, you better go further in the calmness. Okay, like people would like to practice Qigong to heal their body or helping their body. they need to reach this level of calmness. It is impossible to do it here. Okay, so if you want to handle your emotions and your body, mind, you have to have a certain degree of calmness. And also, if you want to have, say, mindfulness, okay, mindfulness, you want to have a mindfulness. That means that you need to have a higher calmness in order to get into the state of the mindfulness. Say you have this, you need to get to this layer of calmness in order to get the mindfulness. Okay, and also the guy who have this much calmness, like in the and then this much awareness, like in one. Okay, this is the thinking, the thinking, attention, imagination. If you use your mind here, it's not going to be as effective and as sharp compared with people who have higher calmness and awareness, where it live in the world or dimensions of the number 3, which is much more broader. Okay, so that need these tools to know where we are. Okay, on the other hand, if we fit this into artificial intelligence, machine learning, to collect data on this, then it be able to know human better, and it can use it to coach. And a joke I always tell my friend who is close to me, working AI and thing with me, I say, you know what? Please do not create another HAI, HAI. So what is HAI? Well, I say that, I give you these 3 tools, but don't create a HAI. HAI is the son of the HAL. If you watch the sci-fi movie HAL, the computer, which is going to shut down the human and so forth, the HAL, HAI is kids, okay? So by knowing this, just look at it. If the AI be able to collect the data to know your calmness and awareness pattern in the calmness and awareness map, know where are you in the calmness awareness map, know exactly how is your your 4-layer models, your body, your physical body, your mind, your breathing, and your neural pattern. Know your handling of your 4 functions of your mind layer. The AI know you. Okay, the AI really will know you. Okay, no joke. So, but we don't want it to turn into the HAI, because it's going to screw up people. Because now you don't want to get into the time that the AI knowing us more than us. There's serious problem. So this book is like a double-edged sword, to be really honest with you. In one way, we know us, okay? On the other way, if we misuse it, we're gonna screw human, okay? And but however, this book is going to benefit human more, because human now know my function, my soul, my core is the calmness and the awareness. If as soon as we develop that calmness and awareness, we can have what? Insight. So there's something called insight meditations, okay? So this is the calmness, this is awareness, okay? There's something called calmness meditation, which is the, as in the Buddhists call it samatha, okay? And there is something called insight meditation, which is vipassana. Now, in the entire world, you can categorize whatever you do is belong to these two type or the combinations of the meditation. Disregard qigong or whatever. So samatha is you develop the calmness and then you get the awareness. That's what samatha is. So you have the mindfulness and so forth. Vipassana or insight meditation is on top of this calmness and awareness. You study a certain thing, a certain subject, and you got the insight. That's where your breakthrough is. Any top design engineer in the Silicon Valley, when they want to develop something, they're going to go through that calmness, really quiet down. I got a boss 30 years ago, a boss, my manager, who is in design, very good in design, okay? When he do design, he can sit down there doing his calculation, even if you like a little bit emphasize, overemphasize on the situations that even if you have people shout beside his ear, he doesn't hear it. He's in this loop to work on his circuit. So there's a few times we call him, hey, standing in front of his office, knock the door. He didn't hear it. It's not that he doesn't want to answer or become impolite, because he's inside here to want to break through in his circuit design. Those are there, okay? And you look at the CEO, the top CEO, they born with this thing. Human is not fair, okay? There's some people is better than us, born better than us. Like for example, I'm a diabetic type 1, so what are you going to complain? Where you can eat anything you like, I can. Well, what are you going to complain? The only way is, because I know this map, I want to compensate that with what I practice, what I do, how I live. Okay, so same thing with all this thing. And then if you look at the CEOs, in the top CEOs, you know what? They can do this. This is the four functions of the mind layer. They can evoke different things. For example, when they listen to your presentation, they want to see the insight and so forth. They use awareness. They are not, in the same time you talk, they keeping thinking and imagine. They know how to control that. They know how to use what function is that. Okay? So, this is what I'd like to share with you today. If we want to handle this mind, body, physical body, mind, breathing, and this neural energy neural, we need to know what it is. We need to know the natural characteristic of that thing so that we can handle it. It's no longer the world of one size fit all, is what I say. Even Buddha does not teach his students just one single meditation or one qigong to deal with the situation. The Buddha teach many different techniques. So people need to use different ones. So this is for you today. Okay?